And yeah, let's start with this one.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man next to his son pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinaise? I'm Trant Heidelstam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
How do you know Kim? Okay,
Nice to meet you.
the lieutenant nods. Yeah, how do you know Kim? But first, let's do this. Hold on. Hypertext.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Yeah, you and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
How did you hear about Kim? Okay, he rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his warm theme coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into verbs lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
So look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinaise, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grinds, admiring the sentence he just produced. So what happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the Boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinaise proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You are saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk? Okay, look under your feet.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinaise was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
So what happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Turn to Michael. He means they all died at the hands of the communists. Okay, tape computers, right? Yeah, let's do this. Okay.
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet. Let's keep this kid friendly.
The boy looks first at you, then back at his father, confused.
What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album Bombessier dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
So how did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
Buckle up.
Okay, ready.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Bredevoort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, Paul Ockerman, Keith and Guy Juice. What are you talking about?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Come on, you're making this up. Turn to the lieutenant. Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Bredevoort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
He clears his throat.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Ooh, cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Wait, the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. Okay, I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
He smiles and ruffles his kid's head. I want to hear about this Feld building again. No, he already told me pretty much everything, I think. So you look like someone who has money. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He brushes it off like it's not a thing at all.
No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Could I have some of that unimportant money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
He looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulder.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Okay, great. Thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Ooh, okay. What is this?
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
I see Feld Electrical Research and Development. Okay, turn away. And, yeah. Ooh, bunny. And more money. Ooh, I'm over 20. Ooh, I'm rich. I don't need your money. Ooh, and I have health. Ta-ta, night. The fence blocks the path. No way out from here. Okay, then, yeah, let's go around that. And, here. Bars cover these long, dusty windows. And what do we have here? Ooh. More money and bottles. Ooh. Okay. And postcard. Okay. And a makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. The tarp will keep out neither rain nor snow nor wind. Okay. And ooh, money. Okay, let's try to go this way. Then we're gonna go that way. And ooh, and this. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Wait. Oh, it's not alcohol, okay? Okay, it's not a bottle. Ooh. Careful there. These floorboards look rotten and weak. And what is this guy? Oh, trash.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
We examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. He examines the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Ooh, so examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
Okay, leave and check this guy.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. What?
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Ooh, okay, so study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Okay, so study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Here. Okay.
A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
So examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years.
So study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
So examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say. No, just this one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
So step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Ooh, so examine the bottle.
A .75-liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us.
He looks at two other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Why not? Money's money. So examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Okay, look it.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Okay, step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Ooh, it's not safe. I hope I'm not gonna get injured. So who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south, the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
Looks like just another old drunkard to me. I think labeling him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. Don't know anything yet. Yeah, true.
We do know that he was married.
The lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and gray.
But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinaise boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
Do you think he was drunk? Pointed the ball.
Oh yes.
The lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
And what about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
So someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. Oh, right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
So what should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
No, hold on. What about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
Yes, but isn't that kind of sloppy?
Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
So yeah, we found him. We should finish this. Or let's leave this case. We take it. We found him. We should finish this. Take the case.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from Martinaise. Let them know we are taking the case.
Sure. Ooh, but so what we have? So we have this item. So this is the postcard, and we have. So use interact button in inventory to inspect this. Yeah, interact.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member.
So look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Okay, look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
Okay.
Good. We should give them a call from Martinaise. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Sure. Put it away. And yeah, okay. Yeah, let's check this one. But where are the bottles? The coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Okay, there are no bottles over there. Ooh, moonshine probably smells like tasty fermentation. Okay. And what else we have here? Ooh. What is this?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed.
Ooh.
A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
Okay, tell me not to. And this is a coin-operated whaling machine. Hasn't been used for a decade. Ooh, but it's still active. Okay, maybe I'm gonna take it. And this is, ooh, lances. And vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. But maybe I want to take it. So this is a filthy jacket. Ooh, okay, so what is it? Here, interact with it. Okay, sure.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Sure, think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Ooh, gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
You. Flick your hands. Maybe if I wipe my hands on my pants. No. Yeah. Ew. Ooh, Moralda.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Ooh, okay. That's not good, huh? Okay. And here we have... Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents and dial a random number. Why would I do this? No, leave. I need the money. Okay, yeah, I don't want to waste money. And this is a dead phone, a smashed receiver, like someone hung up too hard. And ooh, the sign reads Saint Brunet 1147. Yeah, but first let's go around. Don't want to go in. I don't know what's in there, but I always like to explore a little bit. Ooh, and this one is... Ooh. Now I'm torn between going inside or not. And here... Ooh, here is another one.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
So look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something.
So reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. Bummer it wasn't here.
I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one of these.
Okay, leave and yeah, let's go. And what is this? Someone made a campfire here a long time ago. Okay, and this? Oh, and there is something here. A rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. And... ooh, shivers. No, because this is replacing the bowl. And tiny inlets there off in the far distance where the post trail tower. And okay, let's try to go in that sewage there. Because we pretty much, I think we finished this corner. And this barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Okay, yeah, let's first check this. The chain trails off into the ocean. To who knows where. These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Ooh, what is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Ooh, it's a red check. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do that unless we know we're gonna succeed. As red checks are... you failed and it's done. Okay, so... let's explore more. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go in here, I think. But before we do that, let's explore more. And this is dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Okay. But we are stuck? No. And what if we go here? Ooh, what is this? 1 second. Ooh, I've been here. This is where and I went left. And this is... nothing. Okay. I cannot interact with that one. Then what is that then? I want to interact with this. Okay. And this? A school of fish huddled around the fence post, then scattered into the dark. And yeah, there is. Oh, we're gonna have money here. Okay. Because I know there is it's a central element from the map, the church. And this is a. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. That's why I wanna do what is around the church first. Painted with pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world.